NASCAR Drive, that's your live race day companion. Go to NASCAR.com/drive or download the NASCAR mobile app today. You're watching the Quaker State 400 from Kentucky Speedway. This difficult mile-and-a-half racetrack. We're starting to see some great racing between Suarez and Almirola up front. Suarez trying to negotiate through the lap traffic already. He has caught up to the 30th place driver in Matt Tifft. He is still on the lead lap.
Like what the tandem Eric Almirola just did right there, running up the racetrack a little bit. A little of that clean air Junior talked about. Trying to make that work, and he has to get going. Business is picking up because right off his deck lid is the 4 of Kevin Harvick and the 1 of Kurt Busch.
Things heating up up front, and thanks for joining us, Jeff Burton, after being out there on the racetrack right before the pace laps took place. That was pretty awesome.
That was a lot of fun to have the governor on board. Then come up here and see this great battle for the lead. That's good timing.
And this is where the struggle has been for the 41. As his handling seems to go off a little bit, it allows the 10 to close in. But as that 41 catches lap cars, you see him up the racetrack a little more than he wants on the right side of your screen. Austin Dillon trying to hold off Joey Logano. Joey Logano moving up through the field. +4 since the original start, Marty.
It is perfect to watch Joey Logano moving up through the field because that's what Joel Edmonds, a spotter for Eric Almirola, is using as an example for him. He's saying, hey, the 22 is making passes in the middle of 1 and 2 and then diving down and using the very bottom groove of 3 and 4. The only car that's been able to do that. So you've seen Eric do that the last few laps, trying to get some clean air on the nose of that 10 car. But Junior, that's great information from Joel Edmonds, but it doesn't necessarily mean Eric can put his car there and make that pass for the lead work.
I'm telling you, I just think it says so much about how great of a race car Joey Logano has right now. I mean, he's passing top 10 cars here with ease. We know it's difficult to pass. We see the battle for the lead and how hard it is for Eric Almirola to position himself to take it. But Joey Logano sliced it through the top 10, and he's in 5th place.
Clint Boyer in the 14 is on pit road. We would expect this to be early.
Well, you know you have to pit in this stage. This is dead in the middle, lap 40, so I think it's a strategy call. Even though tires aren't super valuable, Marty, the 14 must feel there's an advantage to get them on early.
Yep, this is scheduled, and for the cars that kind of fell off, Steve, like we're seeing Daniel Suarez, teammate to Clint Boyer, kind of falling off right now, they felt like, hey, when we can get on tires quicker, that will help us. The disadvantage to this, though, you're going to put yourself a lap down here and put yourself in the danger zone for a little while. So as long as the caution doesn't come out, this might work out for Mike Bugaravish and his team.
Marty, we've worked together a long time because you're finishing my thoughts, which is exactly it. The negative is pit road, quiet. Most racetracks, we see one car pit and everybody joins them. I just don't think there's enough tire fall off. I think there's a big risk for this 14 as we see the 18 of Kyle Busch battling with Dillon.
Yeah, he was able to get by the 3 of Austin Dillon, so Kyle Busch has moved up to the 7th position. We mentioned how Logano, after starting 11th, has made it up to 6th.
Joe Logano, yeah, he just ran a 29.83. The leader run a 33. Second was a 39. Third was a 30.56. That 22 is flying.
Dave.
You said a few laps ago, did Ryan Blaney. I don't know what's going on. The front is chattering so bad. They're going to change air pressures all the way around and do a chassis adjustment. You see the wrench going in the rear window there for Blaney.
This racetrack's going to change a lot, isn't it, Steve? Just because you're off right now does not mean that you can't have a good race. This track's going to change. The grip level's going to change a great deal. The way the car drives is going to change.
A lot of crew chiefs for years, it was how is the balance of your car going to change as the track cools. The new word in the garage area is can you trim your car out? What that means is can you afford to have less downforce, less grip, but that means less drag, which makes it seem like it has more horsepower. Basically just cuts through the air better. So I think it's going to be the players could change as the sun goes down.
Kyle Busch has also been out there turning some of the fastest laps on track. Remember, pre-race I told you that he was not happy with the balance of his race car in practice. He told me it was because there was too much separation between the two different ends of this track. And I got to see that firsthand in my ride along with Jeff Burton yesterday, just how distinctly different the two ends are. And a challenge for the crew chiefs to make the car balance well throughout. I will tell you, though, Kyle very happy, at least initially, firing off in this race.
Here comes a fight for second as we see the 4 of Kevin Harvick coming into the picture. All 3 of these cars up front from the same organization, Stewart-Haas Racing, Suarez, Almirola, and Harvick.
Drivers, it seems like good cars, it's all about good decisions. Lap traffic, you have to attack it.
No.
Oh, we see Chase Elliott with
Right
issue.
front tires flat on that 9 car.
That's going to be very costly as he comes down to the bottom of the racetrack. I don't see a yellow out.
So he's wanting the yellow, and all those guys that pitted earlier, they're not wanting it. There it is.
And there's the caution. As you mentioned, some of those trying strategy coming to pit road early. Didn't want to get caught a lap down. The right front tire completely down on the 9.
Well, hey, Marty talked about the risk for drivers like the 14, the 12, cars that came to pit road. As we see the 9 limp to pit road, 14 of Clint Boyer is a lap down. So is it the 12. I expect everybody to pit, so they may be able to take a wave around, be creative, but they've lost all their track position.